What's up, creative faces? I want to show you a couple of ways to separate your drums to gain more control inside of Impact in Studio One. It's super easy. All right, so here's Impact. This is what I have, right? And the first process is going to each pad and actually changing these. In my case, I want everything to be mono. So I'm gonna say mono 1, mono 2. And you could switch these up however you want. Say you have two kicks, you can have both pads coming out the same channel. It's whatever you want to do, pretty much. But I'm just gonna go in order just for the sake of this video. Everything I see that has something, because by default everything comes out of stereo and everything comes down the middle. But when you do it this way, you gain more control. As you can see down here at the bottom in my console area, everything came out automatically. I didn't have to like open anything up like sometimes you can do. Like if you don't see that, then all you have to do is come here at the top and open these up. You can, the corresponding channels, or you can uncheck something and something, whatever is routed to that channel, won't come out. Vice versa. Here, this is your stereo, your 16 stereo outs, and then this is your 16 mono outs. So, and of course, mono hits a little harder. I can go in and just select them all. You know what I mean? Now I have control in the mix console area for everything. Say like I think that snare is too hot. I can pan. You know what I mean? I could do whatever I need to. Now, that's just one way to do it. Now, another way to do it is actually printing down to, you have to commit to it because you're actually exporting or bouncing in place. And this is how you do that. So on this track, this Impact track, I'm going to right click and then we're going to look for explode to pictures, which is here. I also have a key command for this, which is quicker for me. So I'm gonna hit this button. And what it did was it explode every pitch. Now I can go through and label everything. Say number 1 is my kick, which is something I suggest you do. First one is my kick. I'm gonna hit shift and enter because if you don't do that, it's going to not change the event name. And I think the event name is what's most important, as it takes on the WAV file taking on the name that you gave the event. Let's say this is my 808, and watch what happens if I just give it a name. It's just gonna just give it a name on the actual channel, but you gotta actually go in. I'm gonna double click in here again and hit shift, then enter, and it takes on the name. I'm gonna select. All right, so I'm gonna go back here and select all of these, and I'm gonna push it back to the normal default state stereos. See, I didn't want to route them all, or that's just too much. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna just get rid of all of these channels, and we're just gonna keep the the default state. See, this Impact is like how it usually looks when you bring it in, but that's no problem because once I come here, everything should come out the same stereo track. And so now we can just go ahead. I'm gonna highlight them all and explode to pitches. I'm gonna highlight them all and right click. Then we're gonna say bounce selection or bounce in place. I also have a short command for this, but for the sake of the video, we'll just go ahead and just bounce it down just like that, just so you guys can see. All right, so basically what it did was it spit everything out. We can see the wave channel, the wave information. I can go ahead and get rid of these. Actually, I can just right click. I have a key command for this as well, and get rid of those extra MIDI. I can delete this if I want to. And here's my MIDI information, or you can leave the MIDI information in there for later archive. You need to come back to it at some point. And there you have it. Everything is individually pushed out. You can put compressor, EQ, whatever, delay, whatever effects you want on here. You could do it to the other process as well, which is the whole purpose of routing it out. I failed to mention that when I did that. The other thing I like to do, because I'm working with drums, I feel like I need everything to be mono, like I was beginning to do in the other process. So I can go here and I'll have to make sure they all are mono. Just click here. So if you were ever looking for this button, it's right here. You just have to open up the lane far enough to see. But yeah, that's how you do that. And as long as they're all mono, I can go back in, select them all, and bounce in place, and it turns it into a mono instead of stereo. Like I say, it hits a little harder, it being mono, but just make sure that that's what you want, because sometimes there's information, stereo information in snare sometimes, because it comes with reverbs or whatever the case may be. But I think this is simple enough. Mono is doing just what I needed to do. Bring everything down some, do whatever you have to do after this point. You say, why would you bounce in place? Why not just leave it in an instrument and keep going? Well, in some cases, you may want to conserve on CPU power. If you work like me, you'll have a bunch of instruments in here and you will never get rid of anything. So at some point, you have to commit to the audio, and this is the process of doing that. And working with Wave is much easier and efficient than working with instrument. I can go on and on why I do certain things, but that's not what this video is about. Let me know in the comment section which process that I showed you in this video works best for you, or if you already been doing this process, or you knew nothing about it and wow, I will incorporate this in my workflow. That's all I got. Subscribe, like the video. My name is Ella. Music is art. You the artist. Paint your picture. Stay creative without rules.